Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is not my typical aesthetic laptop YouTube videos. So this video was requested by my friend, Hey Ariane, and shout out to Medeni Kaminya too. Hey! This is not my typical aesthetic YouTube videos, but I think this would be helpful for you guys if you're doing YouTube or if you just have a hobby or work. So I'm gonna share with you 5 tips on how do I balance my YouTube life and my school life, Acads, and so on. Yes, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so for your first tip is you have to plan out your days. So basically, I do my to-do list. Sometimes I do it the night before or early in the morning. So in writing your to-do list, you can write it on any paper. So if you have a daily planner or a journal, or if you don't have those, just use your typical paper. You have to write down the task that you have to accomplish in that particular day. So I have this weekly planner. So this is what I use for my to-dos every day. If you want to be more organized, you can time block your days.
So for the first step that I will share with you is to plan out your day. So usually when I write my to-do list, I place a number beside it so that I will have an idea if what will be the order of my to-dos, or you can also write it directly on the numbers. And of course, I start with the number 1, 2, 3, and so on. So when writing your to-do list, I just discovered this a couple of months ago, and this is really helpful and you will be motivated to do your other tasks. So in here, you have to break down your bigger task into sections or smaller tasks. Like for example, instead of writing I will edit my video, break down that task to I will find music for 20 minutes, do a rough cut for 2 hours, etc. Or depends on what is your video editing process. And also, instead of writing I will study lessons 2 to 5 in my math subject, you can write on Friday I will study lessons 2 to 3 for 40 minutes or 30 minutes, on Saturday lessons 4 to 5 for 40 minutes. It depends on how you will break down your task. And I think this is much satisfying because you got to cross out a list on your to-do and you will be more motivated to finish the rest of your task. And after that is that you can have a reward for yourself when you finished a certain group of tasks. So that is for my first tip. You have to plan out, make your to-do in order for you to be organized.
So the question here in the first tip is, what are the tasks you should accomplish in that day? So plan out your day, girl. Okay, so for the second tip is to prioritize. You have to know what are the things that you should do first. So what I do is I prioritize school first because that is much important.
Yes, I usually settle my school works first, even though the deadline of the performance task or activities are a couple weeks ahead. Again, as what I have told you, I break down the tasks that I should do in that particular schoolwork. So like for example, in this day, I will plan for that performance task, and the next is I will execute it, I will finalize it, then I will submit it on the other week or other day. With that, it is much easier to incorporate YouTube with your everyday tasks. Of course, after I do a certain task, I then move to editing my videos. I think the overall process of my YouTube videos takes me approximately more than 10 to 13 hours. And that's why sometimes I reply to your comments a couple of days after I uploaded the video, because yes, I do a lot of schoolworks, filming, editing videos, and of course, I have to accomplish other tasks. So that is my second tip. You have to know your priorities.
So for the third tip is you should learn to say no, and you should know what are your... Again, you have to prioritize if what are the tasks that you should do.
For the third tip I wanted to share with you on balancing school and YouTube is you have to learn to say no and know your restrictions, or you have to restrict yourself in certain aspects or in certain conditions. Personally, that's why I'm not that active in my social media, because I restrict myself from scrolling too much, because I know they're so time consuming. Devote your time on what is much important and on what task you should accomplish on that day. So you can either turn off your phone, but I don't usually do that because there might be some important announcement that might come up. I just have this application on my phone where I'm able to focus on my specific task. So it's like an inspired forest app where I will gain some raindrops to water my plants. So that is my third tip. You have to learn to say no, and you should restrict yourself on certain aspects.
Okay, so for the fourth tip is don't give up and keep yourself motivated.
So there will be times that you will feel exhausted because of schoolworks and video editing. You might be sometimes unmotivated and you don't want to do anything. So honestly, I already experienced this before, and you know what I did? I just read some motivational quotes. Wow. And I also watched some YouTube videos. In short, you should take some rest. Your body needs that, and your mind too. Also, a lot of content creator states that don't start YouTube for the monetization part. Simple term, don't start for the money. Because in time, if you have this mindset and that you just keep on thinking about, oh, I will gain a lot of money in here like the other YouTubers and so on, and that you see your channel is growing very slow, you might end up that you will stop doing it. You will stop making videos, you will stop making content. So you should have the passion and you have to enjoy the process, because if you really deserve it, you will have it. In the perfect time, you will have what you deserve. Okay, so just keep on going, keep grinding, and just trust the process. So that is for my fourth tip.
If you want to start a YouTube channel, start now. And if you really love what you're doing, is that you will find a way to do that and to accomplish it. So for the question here that you have to answer for yourself is that if I stop, would I not regret it? So ask yourself if you're unmotivated. So for the last and fifth tip that I will give you is you have to discipline yourself.
So I think this is like the generalization for all the tips that I gave you. You have to discipline yourself. From time management to limiting yourself in social media to finishing your task before the deadline. And if you can, please avoid procrastination. So personally, I usually devote my time to school and then YouTube and of course to my family. You have to give time to your family also. And if I do have a free time or our class just ended, I will then start my YouTube video process. My YouTube video process, the first one is that I will plan a video that I will upload, search for the scores of the tags on TubeBuddy, we'll edit the description box, film the video, we'll do some rough cut, recording the voiceover, and so on. So it is not an easy process, and it does take a lot of time and effort. So I just wanted this to share with you guys to motivate you. So this is how I started a couple of months ago, and as you can see, it just keeps on increasing. If you really have the perseverance and hard work, you will aim what you deserve. Okay? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much guys for watching. So if you're here up until the end, comment an emoji with the stars on the eyes. Just comment it down below for a shout out. Wow, shout out. But yes, thank you so much to you guys for those who subscribe to my channel, and I love you all. God bless and stay safe guys. Stay safe.
Yes, that's it guys for today's video. I hope you learned something in this video and you enjoyed this one. So if you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell button so you won't miss any of my videos, and comment down below what videos you want to see next on my channel. So yes, thank you so much guys for watching, and see you on my next video.